Hello, this is Christine Beauvais, and in today's video we're going to talk about how to use plants to enhance your prosperity tree. So I'm sure that you've heard that in Feng Shui, plants represent abundance. You see, there's 5 elements in Feng Shui, and one of them is the wood energy. And the wood energy is what is symbolic of plants. And so this also represents your prosperity. If you've ever heard of the Feng Shui Bagua, you've learned that there is a particular area of your home, the farthest left corner, that represents your wealth area. And you can find your wealth area in the main floor of your home and also in each individual room. But the best item to have there is actually a plant. But so often my clients will say to me, Christine, I am not a plant person. In fact, they just die. And I get it. I know. I'm going to share with you my own plant story and how my Feng Shui buddy actually busted me about my plants. So several years ago, when I was first starting to learn about Feng Shui and I was getting trained, my Feng Shui friend came over, and she was kind of doing my house and I was doing her house, and here I had bought a jade plant. And the jade plant, the reason why I bought it was that it's also called the money plant. So the reason why it's called the money plant is that it has little coin leaves. And so these little coin, the leaves are shaped like little coins. So it's tend to be called the money plant. And I loved it, but it wasn't surviving well in the apartment that I was living in. In fact, I just didn't have the right lighting. So slowly by little, it was dying, and I was taking off the branches, and I just had this little couple of branches left. And I'm sharing this with you because I've seen it in so many clients' home, and I know you're probably doing the same thing. You're like me, where you're like, oh, I feel so bad for the plant, I just don't want to throw it out. But what my friend pointed out to me was like, she said, does that feel prosperous to you? And I said, you know, it doesn't feel prosperous to me. And she was right. And here I was with this kind of energy of like, oh, let me help you plant, let me just, survive. And it wasn't long after that the plant just died. So I threw it out, and after that I was like, no more plants for me. Until one day a friend said to me, well, have you ever tried a peace lily? And I was like, a peace lily? I'm not familiar with that. She said, it's the easiest plant to take care of. She's like, you cannot kill it. She said, and what happens is that when the plant needs more water, the leaves just start to droop. So then all of a sudden, okay, just give the plant water. Now, I do water it regularly, but if I tend to forget, I'll notice that the leaves are really drooping. And that tends to happen a little more in the summertime than in the wintertime. But here's the other thing. A peace lily is also one of the top 10 plants that NASA recommends as absorbing the toxins in your home. So whether it's your office or home, there's other toxins coming in from the smells and the paints, and if you have a printer in your office, there's all different smells, but there are 10 plants that actually absorb those toxins and some of the electromagnetic fields. So a peace lily is the best plant to have in your home. In fact, here's mine. Yes, I wanted to shoot this video and show you that I've had this peace lily for 6 years now. Look how luscious and full. That was way luscious and full compared to my little jade plant. But the leaves are just green. They get little brown tips, and I've kind of gone online to figure out why, but there's no clear reason why. But what's fun about this is that it grows a beautiful lily every couple of months. It depends on each plant. I've had this for so long that I used to get lots of them, but this is the first one I've gotten in a long time. And here's the thing, every time I see this little flower bud, it thinks to me something wonderful is going to start in my life. Because in Feng Shui, the wood element also represents new beginnings. It relates to the season of spring. So just think of wood and trees, they start going up, it starts growing. And here you have this bursting up, so every time I see one of these, it's symbolic to me that something new is coming into my life. And I just have to say that peace lily is the easiest plant that you can have in your home. I recommend it to all my clients. So now here's what it looks like It benefits because it's easy to take care of, it absorbs toxins. If you forget to water it, it's going to notify you. Easy plant, you must have it. And I will also share, and I don't know the name of it, but here's another plant that's doing really well. And I find that the leafier plants tend to do really well in homes, especially if you don't have a lot of lighting. And I notice they do very well in offices, because I remember being in a lot of corporate offices where I see the leafier plants, big, thicker, leafier, again, feel more abundant. And if you go to that list of the top 10 air purifying plants, you'll see that more of the leafier leaves, especially the peace lily, are good for absorbing toxins. So I hope you enjoyed that tip. And now I want to ask you, first of all, if you are a green person and know how to take care of plants, leave some comments below or head on over to my website, www.christinebouvet.com, and share with me your tips for keeping your plants or whatever favorite plant that you have in your home that you've had for years that just keeps growing and growing. In fact, one of my clients has this huge tree in her house, and I just think it's amazing when people can have plants that just grow and grow, and it's growing your prosperity. So head on over to my website, www.christinebouvet.com, sign up for my video free tips that you don't get here on the YouTube channel, and you'll also get a free Bagua. So if you're also curious about where your wealth corner is, you can download the free Bagua at my site, www.christinebouvet.com. So leave your comments below, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye for now.